Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, if you're seeing my face for the first time, and if you're not, if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. So today this is the second edition of I Moved Out at 20. A lot of you guys had a lot of questions about what exactly let me just say, a lot of you had a lot of questions about a lot of things, and this video is simply here to address those issues. So if I look down, just know that I have a piece of paper here that is a guideline for me. So the first question is, how did your parents feel about you moving out? Well, my mom was okay with it. She actually was the one who suggested or brought up the idea to me that I should move out, and that's when I started considering moving out. Like, she has been saying that for the longest time. Oh, like, you should move out, and then I'll be like, you're playing, girl. Like, who's going where? I'm not going anywhere. But last year, that's when I was like, I had the same reaction. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. But then I think a couple of hours later, then I sat down and was like, wait, but what if I did? What's stopping me from moving out? Like, you see, I was just like, okay, if I moved out, where will I go? That's when those questions started rolling in, and I was like, and then I started becoming like, I was scared at first that, oh my gosh, what if I did move? Like, where will I get the money? Where I had money saved, I mean money for like monthly expenses. I took a risk, if I may say so myself. My dad I think I broke the news to my parents that I'm actually moving when it was time, when it was closer to the time I had to move. So I didn't tell them the entire time that I'm moving. I just planned the whole situation. I went window shopping for the things I needed for the house. I looked for the house where I was gonna stay all by myself. I didn't tell them any of that until it was time for me, closer to the time that I was moving. When I came to check the progress of this house to see how far it is so that I can prepare myself, that's when I told them that I'm moving. And my mom was okay with it. My dad was still in shock at first and probably thought I wasn't telling the truth until I started packing my clothes the night before I started moving. That's when it sunk. And then he called me to his room with my mom, to their room, and then they sat me down, and then they were like, this will always be your home, you can come back anytime, and we love you. And yeah, so that's that about my parents. And the second question was, how was the first night living at your own place for the first time? The first night was actually not that special, to be honest, because I was from work and I was very tired, so I literally just came in and I passed out. I didn't have like a I didn't celebrate and like have a little mini party for myself. I just came in and I passed out on my bed, and that was that about that. I woke up and I was like, yo, I'm in my own house. I think that's when it hit me that the next morning that, yo, I'm in my own house. I slept the first night alone, and it wasn't bad. Like, I like being alone anyway, so I was comfortable with it. It was a nice feeling. Did you receive any financial aid from parents? Do you at the moment have financial help from them? No, I didn't have any financial aid from my parents when I was moving, during the process of me moving, and I'm not getting any financial aid from my parents now, so I'm completely independent financially. Yes. Monthly budget breakdown. So this is my monthly breakdown. I'm not going to tell you how much I earn, but I'm just going to tell you how much my monthly costs or whatever monthly budget is. So I pay rent, which includes water, electricity, and Wi-Fi. So for me and the arrangement I have with my landlords, we agreed the rent that I'm paying, it's inclusive of utilities and Wi-Fi. So other places in Gabs don't have that. Other people pay for rent separate from the utilities and separate from Wi-Fi. Other places you have to pay both. Good, it just depends where you're staying and who your landlord is. If some people have scenarios like me where rent is part of utilities is part of their rent money, others don't have that privilege. They have to buy electricity and pay for water separately. Other people don't even have Wi-Fi. Other people decide to get their own Wi-Fi. So other people, the landlords, have Wi-Fi and just, you know, share with them. So it really depends where you stay. And then transport costs, I think roughly in a month I spend about $300. I don't have a car, so I spend roughly $300 on transport costs. I climb once to work and from work, so I only climb twice. Yeah, so I go one trip to my workplace, one trip back, which is like $4 a trip. So I spend $8 on transport a day. So you can calculate how much that is for the month. And then I try as much as possible to avoid cabs. Cabs are like $30 here in Bots. In Gaborone, depending on where you go. If it's within Gaborone, it's $30. So I try as much as possible to avoid cabs at all costs, but sometimes I'm forced to. And then medical aid costs, I pay medical aid 581 pula. So that's pula medical aid. Yes, I pay that every month. And then food costs is between 300 and $500 depending. Most of the time I just replenish things that have finished in the house. So if like vegetables and like milk and those tiny things, that's what I really need to keep replacing, which is not a lot of money, but it's between $300 and $500. How do I feel about paying bills every month? To be honest, it's very, very, it's emotionally taxing, because you could do so much with the money. I could do so much with the money I am paying for rent. I can save for a car, I can buy stock for my brush business, I could buy clothes, I could save for traveling, I could do all that, but I'm paying rent, you know. And it's you have to, I mean, it's part of wanting, it's a package deal with wanting to live alone or having an living independently from your parents. You have to, if you want to maintain this lifestyle, you just have to, and you just have to be okay with it, if that makes sense. How do you manage to stay disciplined financially? To be honest, if I want to continue staying here, I just have to be financially disciplined. I mean, I can't afford to. If I do something, that means it's me going back to my parents, if that makes sense. So I just have to stay disciplined financially. I have to stay disciplined with my money, because the money has to go where it has to go before I can now start enjoying the rest of my money, if that makes sense. How do you manage to stay disciplined with who you invite to your place and what you do there? Maintenance of the place and keeping it tidy and not turning it into a trap house. I think it's a bit different-ish for me, because the house is attached to the main house, which means my landlords stay right here. I just love being alone, so it's very easy for me just to like stay alone and not bring a lot of people. I think maximum amount of people I've had in this house is 2 people, which were my best friends. They came here for a sleepover, so I generally just like being alone. Therefore, it's very easy for me to keep minimal people from coming here, if that makes sense. Advice to people planning on moving out and those who are in the process: all the best to the ones who are currently moving. I think get as much support as you need, accept as much support as you need. I think for me, what I didn't do is I was so, like, I did everything kind of on my own. Like, my parents hardly did anything when I moved. All I did was ask for that car when I moved the big fridge. That's the only thing I've asked for them when I moved. I didn't ask for anything else. And for other people, if and when you're able to, or if you're able to, please do ask for help from your parents. It's not a bad thing to ask for help. They're still your parents, they still love you. Those who are planning on moving out, please be very considerate of your parents in the situation. Also, visit your parents, visit your family now and then. They do miss you. I remember the first week when I moved out, my parents called me 24/7 to check on me, to ask me if I'm okay, to ask if I needed anything. And me being Mrs. Independent, I was just like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So if you're planning on moving, just save up a lot. Accept the help that people want to give you. If they want to give you financial aid, that's fine. If they want to give you physical, like if they want to help you actually moving out your things, that's fine. So that's that about that. Just save, make sure that you're emotionally, mentally, physically ready for it. Your parents and you are in a good space, and you've agreed and happy before you move. And also have a plan it, plan your budget, plan everything, how you're going to transport your things, plan everything. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope that clarified a lot of things for you guys, and I am very thankful for you guys. I've hit 600 subscribers already, and the last video got 770 views now. I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for you guys, and see you next time. Bye.